Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel. This is a thrift haul video. Well, and I guess I've got some dollar store purchases as well. I am using the hashtag Thrifty Canucks, which is a hashtag created by Kim Newberg for us Canadian kids, and Thrifty Thursday, which is the brainchild of Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. So a shout out to those two gals. Anyway, a variety of things from a variety of places. So let's dig right in. This is, well, it was in a tablecloth bin. I don't know, to be honest, if it really is a tablecloth. The tag says 80% cotton, 20% polyester. Paid $2 for it. It is, you can see the number of folds and the size of this. Like here on my cutting mat, it's about 22 inches, and with all those folds, so there is a lot of fabric here. To be honest, I haven't even opened it up to see if it's got stains or a whole big fat hole in the middle. It doesn't matter. The pattern is lovely. It's aged and soft and worn. And there's so much fabric here that, you know, does anyone need anything more, you know? Anyway, so I just wanted to get one of these bulkier items off my desk. I'll also do a bit of an update. In a recent video, you might have seen me open up a brand new a sealed package of this vintage wallpaper. You know, very much a kitchen-y type print. Those colors, you know, that small floral, the lattice background. Anyway, if you watched that, you also saw me express a little shock and horror that it had water damage and there was actually mold on it. So, you know, I'm from the school, if you don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. So I asked my husband if he would take this thing to the table saw. I don't know, maybe you can, let me lift you up a second. To the table saw and cut off however many inches. And that was at either end. You can see saw marks here. At either end to get rid of any potential damage. So I think a roll is typically, 21 inches wide? This is now like less than 16, about 15 3/4. So quite a bit is gone, but of course there's still plenty here to use as a journal cover or to use inside, you know, just all the things that we like to do with paper. So I do intend, I have several rolls of old wallpaper that I would like to put into bundles in my Etsy shop, along with, you know, all my other good intentions of listing products. So watch for that. When I get my act together, I will be doing Etsy restock videos, because that's probably the best way to show that I've actually done it. Now this, I don't even know, this probably doesn't all fit on screen. This is a Stanley Boss Stitch stapler. Paid $4 for it. It is 17 inches long. And I thought, boy, would this, I kind of tried to figure out how to use it in the store. And I thought, I'm willing to take a $4 gamble on this. And it is the cat's meow. And I'll just show you what I mean. I thought that, where is it? Oh, I got this stapler a while back and I thought, ooh, that's pretty good. Look at the long reach on that. Well, that's nothing compared to this. Anyway, if you saw the video, and this was the brainchild of Carrie, the paper monkey, talking about doing a vision board. So this was my vision board for June. And of course, it's time to, you know, get on to July's. But this is just, you know, I think a dollar store calendar. Yeah. Yeah, a dollar store calendar. So, of course, you know, it's a big format, and they had two crummy staples holding it together. So, of course, no surprise, this page came loose. Well, this morning, I tried out this stapler. Let me just show you. Well, I added, this might not all get on camera, but basically, I just fed this thing, this paper, this calendar, into this unit, and was able to add all these extra staples. Now, it does take a little bit of, you know, trial and error to figure out where the staple actually comes out of the thing. But I added several more, so I'm thinking if I continue to use this calendar for the rest of the year, it should hold together. And if it doesn't, I can obviously, you know, restaple again. But I am tickled pink with this. Okay, let me clear the deck. So with one of the thrift stores that I went to, oh, maybe I should show you the dollar store stuff first. I might have mentioned this in a video. I I thought the Dollar Tree broke the record for getting their 2024 calendars out. Like, June isn't even over, to be honest. But anyway, I love these month at a glance calendars. I use one of these to keep track of my YouTube video schedule. I use another one to keep track of the marriages that I officiate. And I typically like to have at least one spare on hand, you know, for special projects. These are the colors this year, or for 2024, so I grabbed those. I hadn't seen this. This is something new to them, and I just picked up one of these also. I also use one of these purse-sized ones. Again, for me, the most effective thing is a month at a glance. So I grabbed those. I also picked up these sort of, well, it says iridescent flower embellishments. They have a tiny hole in them. Well, maybe not that tiny. And this would be, to me, they're like fancy sequins in a sense. So this I thought would be great for adding some extra shine and not too much depth or not too much bulk to the boho journals that we're all seem to be working on. And I like these just because of the rich color. And so that's why I grabbed that. And then if you saw Kim Newberg's video lately about some paper dyeing that she had done outside, she was using some tie-dye paint, I guess. Yeah, well, I guess it would end up being paint. So I thought, well, for $1.50, I will try that. I mean, even if, and this was the purple, teal, and fuchsia combination, even if it doesn't work or I don't like it or whatever, I will have gotten these 3 squeeze bottles for $1.50. I think that might be it from the dollar store. So I'll get rid of this. Then, oh, this might have gotten left behind from another thrifting thing. Paid 50 cents for these clothespins. You know, sometimes imagine, dream, and believe. Sometimes you just need something bigger to hold things together. Okay, so I'll just throw a bunch of things out here. This is, I don't even really know what it is, to be honest. I think it was in the, at this particular thrift store, if you make a purchase, then you can help yourself to a display of free items. So this was on the free items. Tim Hortons is obviously a Canadian coffee chain, coffee like franchise type thing. So this is Confidence, and it looks like, and they have kids camps. So this is probably something that kids would have gotten for attending one of the camps that they have through the country. So, you know, I don't know, for whatever it's worth. Then there were these little frames. Now I did pay $1 each for them, but I thought that they're plastic. They are fairly shallow. They look kind of, fancy because they're gold. And wouldn't they make cute journal toppers? A person could put whatever they chose in this little frame. So it could be a textile, it could be a digital image, it could be, some real ephemera or whatever. And of course, it could be further embellished in some way. So 3 of those and 2 in the square format. So those need to get used very soon. Now, some of these things I can't honestly remember if I paid for them or if they were in the free thing. This, I'm sure, yeah, it says the Nibble Company. So I'm sure this is a food grade silicone bag, for putting some munchies in or whatever. But these things are also good for holding bits and pieces of paper. I know sometimes if I'm fussy cutting, especially if I were doing it, for instance, in the car, where, my husband is driving. Like, I do like to multitask, but even I can't drive and cut at the same time. So if I'm sitting in the passenger seat, I have one of those lap desks. I will have pre-selected a book or magazine or something that I want to deconstruct. So I'm sort of juggling, I've got this thing balanced on my lap, and I'm creating sort of garbage, and I'm also trying to keep my good pieces together. So a bag like this is great for that purpose. This is a little photo album, and of course we see, it's not a real thrift store unless they have, about 50 or 100 photo albums, it seems. The reason I picked this one up is because it has top-loading pockets. And right now I'm in the process of putting together sort of a grab bag of, not a grab bag, but a bag that I could just grab and go, that has some of those things that a person can use while crafting, again, in a car. And not that I'm going anywhere really that exciting, but craft in a car, or, who knows, maybe I'll actually go outside and sit in my gazebo, so, something that you can have a place maybe with fill these pockets. Now, of course, these are inadequate, woefully inadequate, to hold any amount of fuzzy cuts, but certainly a person could put a few small labels, put a few fussy cut birds or flowers or whatever your little heart desires, stickers, a few strands of embroidery floss, whatever a person may want to work with. And we know that most of us, probably one of our strongest or our most admirable qualities is the fact that we have, we're resourceful and we have a good imagination. So I think most of us can craft under extraordinary circumstances. Just give us a few things. So that grab bag of mine, has scissors and that sort of thing. So that's why I have that. And I've also learned the hard way that a top-loading pocket is so much better than those side-loading ones. If they open on the inside, they're a nuisance to get in and out of. And I think very soon this stuff tears. If they're on the outside, things fall out. So anyway, that's why I grabbed that. I think this was also on the free shelf, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just another little clear vase that I am gradually turning, filling with whatever, so that I can keep my stuff visible and, kind of decorative as well. I typically run these things through the dishwasher before I use them. But anyway, I will continue to work on that. Oh, this was definitely in the free box. So I don't know if, okay, so it's a stretched canvas. And I, to be honest, long ago, a couple of years, 2 or 3 years ago, I bought a set of pouring paints and I've never used them. So I don't know if that's what this is, but if you're a regular viewer, God help me, if you're a regular viewer, and better yet, a subscriber who's hit the notification bell, you will have seen or would certainly be able to look for the video that I did on repurposing canvases as journal covers. So it would be and I love these colors. Oh my goodness, what is not to love here? It has a $2 price tag on it, but like I said, it was in the free thing. So with a screwdriver and some pliers, it's very easy to remove the canvas, and then you've got this lovely cover. And in fact, I could see this being absolutely okay. What is the size? It's 9. Okay, so 12. So it's probably 9 by 12. 3, 6. Yeah, 9 by 12. Perfect. Although, this would need to be disguised in some way, I guess. Oh no, that would be hidden. Yeah, the finished size, 9 by 12. So, this would be perfect for a boho cover. I don't know. Can you smell the gears smoking in my head? That clanging and that grinding sound you hear? That's the gears engaging. So yeah, pretty pleased about that. Okay, what else? So there was this bag. And it wasn't priced. It was in the basket with balls of crochet thread. Oh, this was dated 1993. And I thought, well, okay, I have crochet thread, but that's, they typically tend to be in balls. And I thought, this is a nice neutral color that I'm sure probably, is beautiful on its own. This is ecru. Certainly easier to store than the balls, and I bet you it would take dye nicely too, because it is 100% cotton. So anyway, I sometimes you hate to be surprised when they actually ring something in. So if things aren't priced, I draw it to the person's attention. I say, what will you charge me for this? And I think typically when people are asked so directly, I don't want to say put on the spot, because it's a legitimate question to ask in a retail setting. She said, how about $1? And I thought, yeah, how about $1? So anyway, that was that. I should show you one goofy thing. So these are... Did I pay for this, or was this a freebie? I can't remember. Anyway, shower hooks. Oh, darn it. I wish I would have remembered. These are, believe it or not, these are little outhouses. So it looks like there are 3 styles. And, before I started the video, okay, let me show you. Before I started the video, I intended to go and grab a little outhouse painting that I had done. When you live on a farm, and this was my husband's, the farm that he grew up on. So before, of course, they built the new house in the 60s and had running water and so on, the outhouse was the place to go. And so that outhouse still exists. Now, I've since found out that outhouses are pretty well outlawed now by health departments. So you need a porta potty. But anyway, are these not the cutest? So it's got the little crescent moon. Anyway, what I thought, and I don't know how easy that will be to do. Oh, I picked one that's been repaired. I'm thinking either with some heavy duty, look at that woman's brute strength. Is that not the cutest? So just twist these off. Yeah, it kind of breaks out the back, but who cares? These would be the cutest little decorations for whatever. Probably really cute on a farm journal. I guess I shouldn't. Oh, heck, I'm almost done. Oh. Do not attempt unless you have eaten a good, healthy breakfast. Oh, it's kind of hard on the hands because they're... I don't know if there's a use for these hooks. They're not threaded, so... Anyway, I will obviously offer them to my husband before I chuck them out, but let's just get some of this debris off here. This is a step... Oh, dear. Sorry, one victim. Okay. And this one obviously must have... It's all gobbed up with, I don't know, some kind of glue. That would probably peel off. Okay, I don't make you watch that. Okay, so let me just sort of gather up this. All these crumbs here. Anyway, I don't know about you, but that makes me laugh. Okay, let me show you something in the sort of the book stationery paper department. I'm just trying to have a look around because there's nothing that annoys me more than just turning off the camera and think, oh, damn, I forgot to show them. Okay, so these are some, never been opened. This is from, oh my goodness, Regal. Now that was sort of a catalog-based company book thingamajig where you could buy wrapping paper and stationery back in the day. And I think it was intended as a fundraiser for entrepreneurs or school kids or whatever. Oh, bonus, a little box, I guess, to put the note cards in. So these are all little pansy note cards and envelopes. Looky there. Come on. And what did I pay for that? $2. And there are 12 cards and envelopes. Cool. Can back a card with this. Okay. This, it says, and I don't know what that, dimly, A5 size clear book, $1. So again, and I bought this, well, not sure when I bought this. It must have been, I don't know, it doesn't matter. It is obviously, it would be, and I did peek, open it to make sure it was a top loading pocket. So same scenario as that other thing that I showed you, that other photo album that I showed you, except this would of course accommodate bigger bigger items. And it looks like you can also put an identifier on there to say, so if you had a bunch of these on a shelf, you'd have a place to put a label telling you what's in there. So I thought that was good. This was in the free box, and I don't know what, well, it's a cookbook, obviously, but is that, I don't think that's, or maybe it is German, I don't know. But look, it's like handwritten and it's green. And those little, sort of those little sketches. Yeah, I don't know. So is that not cool? Okay, let's make a new little pile here. Now, I picked up these two books. This was $1. This was $2. I don't know how they decide what's what. But I thought that these would be great as altered books. They lie flat. They have sewn-in signatures. They're kind of a really nice size, which is 367 by 8.25 for that one. And it seems to me that was my thinking on this one as well. Plus, of course, you know, oh, I didn't even open this up. Did I, to show you the... So there, you know, there's good imagery here. Now, obviously, some of these will be sacrificed in the gluing together of the pages. But for the pages that are removed, there is the chance to use the images either for envelopes or glue books or whatever. I don't have it. Can't even open a book anymore. So, oh, was this about? Oh, a crayon box for quilters. So, you know, that's pretty cool too. And these sorts of little things that could be used to decorate. So there are those. I was pretty happy to stumble across these. Now, I have had this one before that I've basically used. Now, it has these, I mean, the book itself is fairly small. 5.5 inches by 3, 6, 7.5. So, you know, they've got a lot of stuff crammed onto pretty small pages. And the diagrams are big. So this is, and it's got a variety of sort of fonts, and so really something that fits. Now it's just glued, of course. It used to be glued. It fits very nicely in a sewing themed book. And then there's this one. Singer Illustrated Dressmaking Guide. So I don't know what she would have charged me for this, but couldn't have been more than $1. So copyright, so the latest date on here is 1943. You know, so it's got these buff colored pages. Again, beautiful little illustrations. That old-timey feel to it. And look at this gal. Wouldn't she be perfect on a sewing journal? 3, 6, 9.75 by 3, 6, 8, almost 8. And it's stapled, so a person could easily remove the staples and end up with these really nice sized pages. Score. 3 This one is microwave pressed flowers. Now, paid $1 for it. Was it Christmas or my birthday? I requested one of those, just trying to see it across the room here. One of those little doohickeys for drying. Oh, see, this is really old, 1998. So I don't know what's in here that might be different from that little gizmo. Maybe I should just reach for it. Sorry. Press and dry flowers in minutes using microfluor in your microwave. So I have never, haven't tried it really. You know, in our part of the world, unless you're using sort of flower shop flowers, things are just blooming now. So I really should try some. Now, the only reason I even know that this thing exists is because Pam from the Paper Outpost has used it in several of her videos. So that is, you know, that's a way to see somebody using it. But or you could wait for me to figure this out and I could tell you. So I don't know, to be honest, what this book is going to tell me. Okay, 2 pieces of hardboard, 5 or 6 thick elastics, 6 pieces of blotting paper. Sounds kind of complicated. So, you know, chances are this is a long, slow, complicated process. But the imagery is perfect. If I just, Scabiosa, I love those. And cornflower or bachelor buttons. You know, these images are great to use for our purposes. So that might be what ends up happening with this book. Because you know, when I see, it's like cookbooks. When I see the ingredient list is this long and the method is, you know, a page and a half, I'm thinking, no way. So this is sort of similar. This is what you need, an umpteen step. No, I don't think so. Microwave pressing records. Perfect for fussy cutting. Cool, 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 cool. I didn't even realize this was there. I just thought, hey, grab that. Okay. This was also $1, the Complete Illustrated Stitch Encyclopedia. Now, I am really, I recently took part in my very first swap, which ended up being a slow stitch pouch. I hope you watch, there were at least 2 videos about that. I hope you check it out. It's such a relaxing, meditative, mindless and meditative probably go hand in hand activity that doesn't require a lot of supplies, that is portable, again, to do in the car. I find that if a stitch goes a little awry and maybe my rows of cantha stitching aren't quite that perfect, I just blame it on the potholes in the road. Like, it's not operator error. So use that excuse if you need to. So just really cute. And again, even if I weren't to use this to actually refresh my memory on how to do certain stitches, these pages are just wonderful for using in creating and decorating cards, pages, pockets, whatever whatever your little heart desires. I love the blanket stitch, but getting started is always the hard part. So now I have this. So this was, again, called Complete Illustrated Stitch Encyclopedia. It is from 2004. So it's getting up there, but, you know, hey, stitching is as old as the hills. And then this one is the final item, Butterfly and Moth. Now, Eyewitness books, I believe, are more geared towards kids, or maybe immature adults. Count me among them. They tend to, well, they're instructive. They have many diagrams. So I've had these kinds of books on, oh, that's a torn corner. I've had these kinds of books on the solar system, night sky, you know, mammals, rocks and crystals. So, you know, there are images to fussy cut. There's kind of a variety of fonts, endangered species, mimicry, and other unusual behavior. So, you know, it's fact-based. The only thing, of course, is the fact that you have to, if you cut up this side, then you lose this side. But life is a series of tough decisions. So we can bring, oh, silk moths. Huh, might have to read that. Look at the size of that one. And it's got a sewn signature. Sewn signatures, so. The life cycle. A chrysalis becomes a butterfly. Well, this maybe isn't the most attractive page. Caterpillar to pupa. Oh, I could have done without seeing that. Oh, I could have done without seeing that. Courtship and egg laying. Woo. The life of a butterfly. So again, learn fussy cut. Use the pages as is. A wonderful one, a series of books to keep an eye on is basically would be my advice there. So while I have you, I might as well tell you what I bought at a scrapbooking place. Now, of course, full retail. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, when I first got into this racket, I bought a large bottle, a refill bottle like this of art glitter glue. And of course, this in itself is not very practical unless you have one of these applicator bottles. So this is the 4 ounce, this is 16 ounces. This, I think I paid, was it 33 bucks or 36 bucks? I can't remember. I mean, that's a fair bit of money for that, but we know how far it goes. So I was okay doing it. I think I'm almost done with my first bottle. I also, believe it or not, was not the proud owner of Nuvo drops. So, of course, I say to the woman, where have you got your Nuvo drops? So she shows me, and she's got drawer after drawer and basket after basket. And there are so many sizes. I picked these, and these are in the Vintage Drops series, and they are matte. So I need to try them out and see what I think of them. And I went with black, obviously, because I thought matte would probably suit my taste better than the glossy ones. She also showed me something, and I think it's fairly new. is the stone look. And I thought, no, I'm not buying everything under the sun. Let me see if I use these period, full stop. And I just added a few items to my ink pads. So I picked, in the archival ink, I picked coffee and plum because I love that color, and speckled egg in the Distress Oxide. So I think those were good choices. And then, and I don't know about you, but this was news to me, I have encountered these kinds of dies at thrift stores. I don't know if I set out to buy them or if they were included in something else, but I've ended up with these things. I'm thinking, what the heck is it? How do you do? Anyway, so this woman has had a scrapbooking store for 25 or 30 years. Let me ask her. I said, are they first generation die cuts? Like, what the heck do you do with them? She says, no, they are very, very good products. You use them in your Big Shot with nothing other than the clear plate. So you don't need to sandwich all those other things. So I picked these two, and as you can see, they cost a pretty penny. 25 and 23 Canadian. I would have liked the fleur-de-lis. I don't know so much about that Eiffel Tower, but I thought this had some versatility to it, these labels and these little scrolly things. So we will see, and perhaps I will actually use that as a video. But I got a sickening feeling, and I haven't had a chance to check it out, but I hope that I didn't bundle up the ones that I got at thrift store prices and donate them. That would make me very disappointed and annoyed, because I should have checked into their use rather than just thinking, oh, you bought somebody's cast-offs and now, anyway, you know what I'm saying. Buyer's remorse. She said that they are still making these and that they are a very high quality thing. And in fact, they will cut things that a regular die will not. I thought I saw on one of these. I looked at so many. And in fact, the display was, I was going to show you my owie. The display started sort of falling, and something came off the shelf and sliced my arm open with this sharp thing. Oh, that's the size of the die. Anyway, she tells me it will cut through chipboard and leather and you name it. So yeah, we'll definitely try these in an upcoming video, and I will look to see if I kept the others. Anyway, that's it, guys. I think I've covered everything for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you in the next video. Oh, and I should also say, now these thrift videos, of course, are scheduled into the future because I only do one every Thursday, or most Thursdays. I am still trying to hit the 500 subscriber mark. So I would appreciate your support in hitting that milestone. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.